What's the worst thing a family member has ever done to you? My biological mother died giving birth to me, so I've always been terrified of getting pregnant and having to give birth. I managed to avoid it for 28 years until one day my stepsister Jenna, who had always dreamed of becoming a mother, came to me. Jenna had struggled with infertility for as long as I could remember, and it broke my heart to see her go through all those failed treatments. With red, tear-filled eyes, she begged me to be a surrogate, saying I was her last hope. I didn't want kids, she knew that, but Jenna was my sister and I loved her, so I reluctantly agreed. At first, Jenna hugged me tight, crying with gratitude, saying she would be the best mother ever. But over time something strange started happening. Jenna began making little jokes like, if motherhood is too stressful I might back out, or saying with a sigh, having a baby is going to be so hard. I felt uneasy, but I let it go, thinking it was just anxiety. The pregnancy itself went surprisingly well. Despite my fears, I handled it better than I ever imagined. As the months went by, Jenna seemed more and more like herself again, at least on the surface. She decorated the nursery, threw a baby shower, convinced everyone she was excited. During that time something unexpected happened. I found myself smiling when the baby kicked or feeling oddly protective when someone joked that I was getting soft. Still, I kept reminding myself that I was doing this for Jenna. It was her baby, her dream. Then came the night my water broke. Jenna rushed me to the hospital, nervous but strangely calm, like she was hiding something. The contractions were brutal and my fear of childbirth hit me hard. Through screams and tears I clung to the thought that this was all worth it for Jenna. I remember sweating, desperately praying I'd make it through. Right in the middle of labor, Jenna leaned down, gently took my hand and said softly, almost lightly, I'm not going to adopt the baby. I realized it's not for me. I'm sorry. I froze. Her words echoed in my head, louder than the nurses shouting around me. The contractions felt even stronger. I gasped, overwhelmed by pain and disbelief. Are you serious? Was all I could whisper. Jenna just mumbled, avoiding my eyes. It's too stressful. I thought I wanted a child, but I don't. You've got this, you're strong. Then she got up, walked out of the room and never came back. The next hours were a blur of pain and shock. After a heartbreaking night, my daughter was born, and when the nurse placed her warm little body on my chest, something inside me changed again. I never wanted kids, but looking at her, suddenly everything felt different. A few days later, Jenna's husband Mike showed up at my house, clearly shaken and full of guilt. He confessed everything. Jenna had never truly planned to adopt the baby. Sure, she wanted to be a mom, but only to a child she gave birth to herself. The reason she'd asked me to be a surrogate was because she was jealous of my independence, my career success, and my freedom. She saw me being pregnant as a twisted way to level the playing field, to force me into a life I'd always openly feared. I felt sick, betrayed in a way I never could have imagined. But over the weeks that followed, I found a strength I didn't know I had. I stayed up at night holding my daughter, watching her tiny fingers cling to mine, her eyes staring at me. Slowly and unexpectedly, Jenna's betrayal turned into something wonderful, a chance to experience a love I'd never considered. I also decided I wouldn't let Jenna get away with it. With Mike's help, I gathered messages, voicemails, and all her twisted confessions. I shared everything in the family group chat. Everyone saw, and overnight Jenna went from being the golden child to the outcast. For the first time, everyone saw her true colors and sided with me. Fast forward 4 years, my life looked nothing like I'd imagined. It was better than I ever dreamed. My daughter filled my world with a joy I never thought possible. Jenna, of course, never spoke to me again. Then out of the blue one evening she sent me a long, tearful message saying she was starting fertility treatments again, hinting at reconciliation, maybe even asking if I'd consider being a surrogate again, promising that this time she'd really adopt the baby. I hesitated for just a moment before replying with a photo. A picture of me and my daughter smiling,